If I'm Bob Iger, you know what we're doing? Emergency meeting. We're putting Snow White on hold for 2 years, and guess what?
Smart.
Pay her a couple $1,000,000, go away. We're going to bring another person to play this role.
Can one actress single-handedly tank a Disney blockbuster? That's the question swirling around Rachel Zegler, the young star at the heart of the Snow White remake's epic meltdown. From casting controversies to social media storms, this film's journey from fairy tale to fiasco is a wild ride you won't believe. Let's dive into how it all went so wrong.
I just wanted to go on this little baby rant about Rachel Zegler. She's the young woman that was cast as Snow White. Not because she can't keep her mouth shut. I'm totally fine with with the celebrities telling me what their politics are, who they're voting for, etc., etc. We've become accustomed to that. But because she has this underlying anger and hatred in her that always has to take it like one step too far. It's wrong and backwards and it's not 1937, whatever. That was like her initial spree, and everyone was like, okay, do you want to be Snow White or do you hate Snow White? Do you want to destroy Snow White? And Rachel decides to go on really just a psychopathic, demented rant. You've just been living in Hollywood, La La Land for so long that you're just deranged.
When Disney announced in 2021 that Rachel Zegler, a Latina actress of Colombian and Polish descent, would play Snow White, the internet erupted. Fans of the 1937 classic, where the princess is described as having skin as white as snow, cried foul, accusing Disney of straying too far from the source. Others cheered the inclusive casting, seeing it as a bold step forward. Zegler, fresh off her breakout in West Side Story, seemed poised to charm the world. But the debate over her heritage set a tense tone that never let up, and that was just the beginning.
Yeah, we're sick of it. We're sick of this bullshit. This is what you're getting. So the more you do this, Disney, Iger, what is this girl's name? Rachel Zegler, whatever her name is. Yes, this is exactly the backlash you're going to get from parents.
When Disney announced in 2021 that Rachel Zegler, a Latina actress of Colombian and Polish descent, would play Snow White, the internet erupted. Fans of the 1937 classic, where the princess is described as having skin as white as snow, cried foul, accusing Disney of straying too far from the source. Others cheered the inclusive casting, seeing it as a bold step forward. Zegler, fresh off her breakout in West Side Story, seemed poised to charm the world, but the debate over her heritage set a tense tone that never let up, and that was just the beginning.
If I'm Bob Iger, you know what we're doing? Emergency meeting. We're putting Snow White on hold for 2 years, and guess what?
Smart.
Pay her a couple $1,000,000, go away. We're going to bring another person to play this role. We want that girl, right? So
yeah.
we have a love affair with a role when you play in a movie. You take that innocence away.
Then came the social media firestorm. In August 2024, right after the Snow White trailer dropped, Zegler posted "Free Palestine" on X, igniting a wave of criticism. Months later, after Trump's re-election, she unleashed a profane rant, writing "Fuck Donald Trump" and wishing his supporters never no peace. The post sparked outrage, with critics claiming she alienated huge chunks of Disney's audience. She apologized, admitting her emotions got the better of her, but the damage was done. Disney reportedly assigned her a social media handler, but the negative buzz clung to the film like a curse. What else could go wrong?
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Well, who the hell are you to say all of Andrew's scenes could get cut? Like, who are you?
I think it's fair to say that no one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
Behind the scenes, things weren't any smoother. Rumors swirled of a feud between Zegler and co-star Gal Gadot, who played the evil queen. Gadot, a proud Israeli and former IDF instructor, stayed silent as Zegler's pro-Palestine stance made headlines. Insiders hinted at creative clashes, with Zegler pushing for bold story changes that some felt went too far. Disney wanted a balanced update, but Zegler's uncompromising vision reportedly caused friction. Gadot kept her distance, leaving Zegler to face the spotlight alone, and that spotlight was about to burn brighter.
Here's what I told Bob. I said, I'm curious, Bob, don't you think messages like this is why Disney keeps having box office flops?
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time.
When Snow White hit theaters on March 21st, 2025, the numbers told a grim story. With a budget of $240 to $270 million, the film needed to gross over $600 million to break even. Instead, it opened to a measly $43 million domestically and limped to $168 million worldwide. By its fourth weekend, it had fallen out of the top 5, with Disney bracing for a staggering $115 $15 million loss. Fans stayed away, and the film's failure sent shockwaves through Hollywood. How could a Disney princess flop this hard?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie, right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But it's one of those things. So true, it's an inner journey that she goes on to find her true self.
Critics didn't help. The film scored a dismal 40% on Rotten Tomatoes and a shocking 1.6 out of 10 on IMDb, prompting a rare warning from the site about review bombing. Reviewers slammed the CGI dwarves, calling them artificial, and found Godot's evil queen flat. The modern plot with Snow White as a feminist rebel confused audiences expecting nostalgia, yet Zegler's performance was a bright spot. Her powerful voice and charm won praise, even from detractors. So why was she taking all the blame? The answer lies in a disastrous PR move.
There was an in-depth piece, like a behind-the-scenes piece, talking about how they've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now.
Disney pinned its hopes on a carefully scripted appearance on The View to salvage Zegler's image. The plan? Have her explain the film's modern updates while honoring the classic. But Zegler went rogue, diving into her political beliefs despite Disney's warnings. The host struggled to steer her back, and off-camera, executives scrambled to intervene. The segment was cut short, and Zegler was whisked away. Social media exploded with clips of the meltdown, cementing the film's image as a train wreck. Disney's PR armor had cracked wide open, but there was more to come.
And so this bizarre fixation with race shifting everything, but only in one direction by Disney, obviously is quite strange.
In a stunning admission, Disney CEO Bob Iger revealed that Zegler's input directly shaped the film's controversial changes. Her push for a socially conscious narrative, he said, led to a story that strayed far from the original. The confession shocked fans and fueled accusations that Disney let a 23-year-old star hijack a classic. The fallout was so severe that Disney reportedly shelved a planned live-action Tangled remake, wary of another PR disaster. Zegler's influence had become a cautionary tale, but not everyone saw her as the villain.
As an actor, you don't get to dictate anything. You don't get to dictate if a film actually happens. You don't get to dictate when it is shot, how it is shot, if you can ever speak about it to the public. You are simply just there to show up and say your lines and look the way they want you to look. That is our job.
Despite the chaos, Zegler had defenders. Actress Melissa Barrera called out a Variety article as a hit piece targeting Zegler's activism. Lily Allen, on her Miss Me podcast, argued that Zegler's bold stance mirrored Disney's own stories of standing up for beliefs. Fans pointed to the film's shoddy CGI and uneven script as bigger culprits than Zegler's politics. Plus, her performance helped Snow White become her second highest grossing film, pushing her career box office past $700 million. Was she really the problem or a scapegoat for Disney's missteps? So where does this leave Rachel Zegler? Her Snow White gamble made her a lightning rod, tarnishing her once rising star. Yet her talent, those soaring vocals, that undeniable charisma, proves she's no one-hit wonder. Disney's learned a hard lesson. Mess with a classic and fans will revolt. As Zegler navigates her next move, the question lingers. Can she shake off this fiasco and reclaim her spotlight? Or will she forever be tied to the fairy tale that fell apart? One thing's certain, this saga has changed Hollywood's game, and we're all watching to see what happens next.